Hello. Who's here? Ah. Off. Whoa, can everyone hear me? I hope everyone can hear me. Yes, this is all working, I think. It's always so weird trying to stream on this little setup, but I think we're all good. Welcome, Off Crypto, Lot More Crypto, Mikey P, Eric, Mr. Fry, Bear, Dominic, Christopher Hall. Oh yeah, the Liverpool game is also on. Mido, Nicholas, Randall. Sounds good. Good. J Character Vivo. Cool. Welcome everyone. I'm a working man. Hello. How's everyone doing? Everyone having a good start to the week so far? Did we all have a good weekend? Are you happy? Are we all happy? I'm happy. I'm having had a nice weekend. It was quite funny actually. So for some reason on I think it was Thursday evening or Friday morning, TradingView logged me out on all of my devices, and I couldn't remember my password to get back in. So I had a weekend and I was just like, you know what, I can't be bothered to go through the whole forgot password process and try and find it again. So I went a whole weekend until this morning without even having any access to TradingView, and it was actually really nice. Not looking at the charts at all was actually really quite nice. But yeah, back to the charts today, got everything sorted and already taken a trade today. So as you know, I am, because of the colors on the screen, the Miami colors are still here. They'll be here for one more week. So I'm still in partial vacation mode, partial work mode, and just trying to keep up to date as much as I can for you guys, but also having a much needed break because I haven't had a holiday for a year. So yes, that's the plan. So that's what I've been doing recently. I've been chilling by the pool today. I took a trade whilst I was at the pool. This was just something that I'd taken from the morning update that we had this morning, where we were looking at a nice zone of resistance here. So the daily level was what I was taking as my main resistance. We can actually go over, if I can bring it up briefly here. We'll go on to Discord. Oh, this is just a thingy. Oh, I'll mention this in a minute as well, in just a second. But this was the update that I did this morning. Basically, when I logged onto the charts this morning, I saw that we came really, really close to the 27,300 area. That was what we were looking at. Sorry, 25,300 area. That's what we were looking at last week. Never quite got there, but I do feel like we're maybe quite likely to see another move down. So I was looking to get into a short position. So overall, I still feel like a further drop into this zone is likely. We have the daily level fibs and anchored VWAP from the last high of this range as resistance here. I would look to short any SFP off London and Asia highs. So this is the confluence that we had here with fibs, the anchored VWAP. I'll just put that on the chart in a second. And also coming up here to take out the highs of the day before getting a drop, at the very least, to weekly open. I've already taken profit on this because we've hit our daily point of control, but I am looking for further downside. What we also have here is just this band of confluence. So I'm ultimately looking for that move down towards the 200-day SMA, and all of these other EMA and all of these other moving averages are above price right now, so causing a bit of heavy resistance on there. So we got the move. That was quite nice. We had some other confluence with the NPOC and so on. So that's where we took the trade, and now we find ourselves where we are now, which is here. So yeah, I'll just go quickly over the confluence itself. I have to keep changing windows around, so apologies if it's not as smooth as, my streams are never particularly smooth, but apologies if they're not as smooth as you're used to when I'm just like, oh, where's this window gone, where's this window gone, where's this window gone. So yeah, the confluence for here, daily level was used as my main reference. Now, it's not like a daily level that's got an OB within it. Okay, but it's one of those that I do like to mark on the chart, because this was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 down days, 8 red candles in a row, which I honestly can't remember the last time we saw anything like that. So last week was incredibly bearish. We were looking for a bounce, but I still think this is just relief at the moment, and that we are likely to see another move down, or at least just to hold within this range here after we've had a bit of a deviation. So that was what I was using as my main confluence, as this being the closest untested, untapped daily level within this whole move down. So what we had in addition to that was the anchored VWAP. Okay, you can see as we're coming down here, gave us decent rejection last time, giving us a decent rejection so far here, and it's exactly the same price. Then you draw your fibs from your high to your low, and where do we come up to? It's that 702. So we like the 702 level. It's a good level. We do like the 702. It's a bit of a it's good. It's good. We like it. So that's another little bit of confluence there. And there was some other stuff. Yeah, there was the MPOC that's just above. Whoops. Just about here. There it is. And on that NPOC, we also had a little imbalance single prints within there. So yeah, I was very much looking at this as an area in which to take a short position. Now, because I did this as I've just got into this trade and it didn't go any higher, it's at the moment fairly small size, so I'd probably be looking for a move down either to 27k even, or back down towards the weekly open, then see if we can get something that takes us a little bit lower later on. But for now, we're just looking at this kind of thing. Now that I have taken profit, if we are to get another move higher, then I'd use this as just as general region to go into a more of a swing short position that can then take us a little bit further down there. So if we are going to come up and pop up here, I would still look to short that. I'm not looking at this. I'm not going to be like, oh, okay, cool, we've got back above this daily level, let's long. No, I'm still thinking that this has the potential to go a bit higher, but I still think that a drop will happen once it has done so. So yeah, scaling into that short position, taking it as a scalp, taking profit, getting back in, blah, 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 that kind of thing. Because I'm spending like the majority of the time not sat in front of the charts, because I just have a portable setup in front of me. I'm sat on a sofa. This is a coffee table that like raises up, so I can't be sat in front of the computer all day. Otherwise I'll be like, oh, my back is killing me. So yeah, much more relaxed style of trading for now until I'm back home. So yeah, that's the position. There's the MPOC up here if we were to come a little bit higher. And then I think, yeah, targets. So we can start to look at targets. So we've done this. There's the sessions. So we had the sweep of the highs of the day. And then I really do like the look of it if we do start to come down here. We've got VWAP. Okay, so we're at the daily point of control. And there it is. We've got VWAP just below. I think it's quite likely that we do hit the VWAP, and that could give us a bounce. So if we do drop down, sweep that, maybe that's what's going to take us up a little bit higher. We're in a fairly good trending day, although we have already had one test of VWAP earlier on. I know a few of the guys in the trading room took that during the earlier on today. Yeah, I know P took it. I know a few other guys took it. So long off of VWAP was a really good trade. I didn't take it. I've just taken the short from here. But if we are to come back down into this, then I do think that that could give another rise higher. Whether that's just going to be another opportunity to short, or whether we're going to take the highs again, we'll have to wait and see. But if we are to look for targets from here, then I think we're looking at this area of single prints that got formed earlier on. And again, it's the same thing. Okay, you've got your 618 that's just below these lows, 702 and the 786 all in a nice little area where there's some decent imbalances. So if this is to be a local top, at least for today or something, then you would be looking at this as being, okay, maybe we get a bit of a bounce, but then we come down here and then we start to form a bit more of a range again after that. So yeah, the confluence is kind of clear. If we do start to lose weekly open, then we are obviously looking back down towards here. And that would be taking out the previous week low. Yeah, from Friday. Which I will mark on the chart because it is a good one to have on there. Previous week low. There it is. And previous week high is where we're pulling our fibs from, yeah? Monday didn't go higher. So yeah, previous week high is where we're currently pulling our fibs from as resistance. That's previous day. We don't want previous day. Previous week high. There it is. That's the chart. That's Bitcoin. If we want to do something like higher time frame, we know the confluence here, okay? We know why we're still looking for a bit of a drop further down. So yearly anchored VWAP, getting very close to that. Then if we go to the EMAs, 200 daily EMA, coming very close. And look, we've just tapped into the 50, 100, 55. And the 10. Yeah, so around about the 10 and the 55 on here. They're EMAs, whatever. But they're a good reference point to have. And if we are to drop down into those, then I think that would give us a decent bounce higher. If we are going lower, then obviously what we need to start doing then is looking at the fib pools probably from the year as a whole. So we have our yearly EQ, our equilibrium, that is just popping into this big gap that we've got down here. Now, any of this could be considered as support if price was to come down below 24k. So taking the liquidity below that, coming into that yearly EQ, and the POC then, who was it that mentioned this earlier on? Let me go on to Discord. Thanks to... Let me find it. There's been... Where is it? I can't find it. But thanks to whoever mentioned the POC is slightly different here on spot, and that takes us into that same area again. I'm going to keep this on the chart because I do like it, so let's just hide that for now. But yeah, you get the idea. Okay, so there's your fibs going up to your high. You've got your EQ there, and that's actually whether it's on log or linear. Two different levels, kind of interesting, but linear is what we normally go for. And that gives us this area here where you have your POC of the year so far, your EQ of the year so far, and the anchored VWAPs in that higher point in which we are looking for. I guess if you draw this back from these lows, then that's starting to come into the right area too. But then you probably have to draw these fibs. I mean, actually, that's fine. Let's draw them from this. So we're using the year, but if we use it as price, then it's probably going to line up even nicer. Okay, ignore that one. Hey, it's TA. You don't have to be perfect all the time. We'll use the yearly POC. We'll use the EQ from those November lows, although I prefer to do it off of the time-based perspective. And then the anchored VWAP from our market cycle low, which is what caught that low previously really, really quite well. So look, that gives you 23. Yeah, 23k. So we've got 25,300 as first support and 23k as lower support. And then if we lose that, then yes, we've got the mega fractal of death and doom and destruction that's going to take us back down towards a double bottom towards the end of the year. Maybe. We shall see. Oh, Divine Hood, you mentioned that anchored view up. Thank you. I didn't see that in the... So yes, Divine Hood says we have the anchored view up from the 15.5k bottom and a golden pocket in alignment around 24k. Are you watching that level? There's also Aldo, an untapped daily. There is also an untapped daily and OB close by. Yeah, so I think that's what I was just, playing around with, wasn't it? I think that same zone around about 23. Mr. Fry says dump to weekly open, pump to 28050, dump. Yeah. Down to weekly open, up to 28050, then back down again. What's 28? Yeah, fair. Yeah, decent like 4 hour. You got this little block, haven't you? Something like that. Very good rod. So then if we were, I mean, I'd be surprised if we were to get that high, then we surely would take out previous week high at that stage. I'd be kind of shocked if we do that. I would imagine we're looking more of a deviation and then lower. Oh, that's the other thing I did want to point out is the range. Yeah, look at the size of that. Let's get rid of that. It's not. We're not even thinking about that yet. So the range. We had the deviation. We're now back inside. So there it is. This is what we were talking about with Randall. So hands up who was in Randall's Asia trading room last week. I joined him. We had a nice little chat because it's nice. I'm in that part of the world now where I can. It's not stupid o'clock for me, so I can join in on those Asia sessions more than I can join in on the London ones. But we were talking about the likelihood, like this was on Thursday, so yeah, we were just being like, it's not a good idea to long here, and I think price was just down at these lows, and we were like, okay, look, we're so close. It's clinging on to value area low, but it's very unlikely to hit, and we were just saying like it's kind of bearish. We'll expect a bounce at some point, but we are looking to come down and take out these lows. We're looking for a deviation because we've had a deviation up at the top. It's very likely that we're going to get one down at the bottom here as well. It's unlikely that we're going to hold, especially after such a prolonged down move, and that is indeed what we got on the Friday morning. So yeah, now we've had that deviation. So looking down here, outside of value area, similar to up here, outside of value area. Is that going to be enough to take us back in towards the POC? Maybe. But I still think, yeah, ultimately looking for a little bit lower, at least for the rest of the day. Bruce Lee, what are you talking about? Mr. Fry, what's speed? I was thinking you might say that. That's 28k exact. So if you're looking for 28050, there's a little bit more confluence of that 28k. So if we are to drop to weekly open and into the POC, that could be decent because you could still drop to weekly open, hold the value area here. Value area might start to expand from this point. So if we look at this as developing, that value area is starting to pull out a little bit. So if we are to drop down here again, we could expect a bit more of a yeah, to expand that value area slightly further. If you want me to look at something like Pulse Chain, then you're gonna have to super chat, because I ain't doing that. I don't do that shit. Randall's throwing some charts in here. What's he showing us? Randall, none of those links work. What's going on? I just clicked on your links and they don't work. Shanith Mendes, do you use SFP? As in swing failures? Yes, I do. I mean, I'm kind of one of the guys that invented it. No, I'm not. But I've done that since, yeah. Like always, liquidity is a big thing for me. Why is my phone going crazy? So we're gonna come down and grab that VWAP, I think. Tap that VWAP. Hit that VWAP. Smash that VWAP. Tap it. There you go. There it is. So, if you took the short earlier on, that is the short that we were talking about, the short that we had planned, the short that I took whilst I was chilling by the pool, because I have confidence in my setups, and I was chilling, and I was like, yeah, we're going a tiny bit higher, but I don't care. That's now a really decent 1%. Doesn't sound like a lot, but if you're a day trader, 1% is a lot. If you are one of those people that wants to do compounding your portfolio by 1% a day, and you're going in full account 1x 1%, you've made 1% on your account today, which is good. So happy days. Also, for those of you who took the VWAP long earlier on, that was 1.5%. into the take profit level. So you made 2.5% today out of a couple of very, very simple, straightforward moves. And hey, if you were crazy enough to go 100x, which you would have actually got away with on both occasions. Actually, no, you wouldn't have got. Yeah, you would have got away with that. So if you'd have gone 100x, you're balling. You are swimming in profits right now. Divine Hood says, man, I don't know how you have 73 likes, because everyone watching should like if they understand TA and how good this is. Thank you very much. We don't even have 73 likes. We've got barely any viewers today. I need to do more. Maybe I should live in Miami permanently and do more evening streams over here to capture the US market a little bit more, because I think still most people here in the US, in the States, everyone's at work, and I don't want to do an evening stream over here, because that would be like 1, 2, 3 a.m. in the morning for Europe, which is what most of you guys are from. But funny time zone over here. It's a funny time zone. But those of you who are in the US, then yeah, that's awesome. Miles Maddox put 30 cents in at 100x and made $2.15 profit. I'm a working man. I would love to. The problem is I do go back to London next week, so yeah. But I should do more evening streams in general, like European evening streams. Short on 125x. Powell, you should try that if it's like 4 a.m. your time and I go live. I'd like to see you join then. What else is going on? I haven't really looked at the S&P. I've just because how like boring. I mean, actually, this is nice. You just got a really deep, like, good little range here. You have a fast move down, you have a slow move up, and it retraces the whole thing, and then a fast move down, and then it retraces the whole thing, and then a fast move down, and then it retraces the whole thing. So soon we're going to have to lose this range, aren't we? Interesting. This obviously isn't weekly open anymore. I haven't changed this chart since last week. I'm not going to do too much more on this. There's nothing much that needs to be said. Altcoins. Huh. Look at Lido. Hey. Just buy green boxes, guys. Look. If you buy my green boxes, you'll be making bank. What were we talking about? The chances are this is going to come down, sweep all these lows, come into that, and bounce. And so far, from top of green box, 40% move higher. Carver. Sure, we could have a look. Oh. Oh, man. Did anyone take... Look, bonk, SFP and lows. Yo, there's some good stuff over here. Is Prime dead? I'll look at Carver. Yeah, let's look at Carver quickly. And then I'll have a look at Prime. Oh, man. Carver left shoulder forming on the 4-day, or it depends which way you're facing. 4-day. I'll go 3-day. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't take it as... I kind of see what you mean, what, like this downsloping thing. So you're thinking of this, right? This actually quite nice. So then you'd have this as shoulder, 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 head, shoulder. And you'd have a really good target for this here as well. Because you just want to come in and fill in some of this. That's probably going to be the POC. Oh, this is long log as well. Actually, I like that on log. I'm keeping this on log because I like it. And then we'll switch back to linear and do a little bit here. So that POC is there. Then you come into a low volume node. taking out this. So yeah, what you've got this way, this is like the linear one, isn't it? So something like that. I don't know. If I'm doing high time frame like swing trades on alts that are really low down like this, then I do like log. So higher time frame when you're looking at daily and above, the log chart's fantastic, especially when you're talking like how far down is this from the highs? 95% down. So yeah, if you're doing like log's good for the market cycle plays, but that's just a bit of playful TA rather than anything too specific. But yeah, I get this. This is okay. So you got that POC. The problem is after a move like this, I would be more inclined to look for shorts. Oh my god, the AC's come on and it's cold. I'd love to see this high taken. So if you go up like above $1.20, like you're surely going to get something good off of this initially, but it's a long way off. Who knows if it will be able to get there. This will be around about the 786. I don't know. So on log, when you're talking like market cycle type of stuff, it looks okay, but I would be more inclined to look for a short after a move up that's been that strong. So it's had a bounce of, yeah, 60%. I'd rather short this. Take out like all of that. Chart Pepe, really? Do I have to? I'll look at Prime and then I'll look at Pepe. I've never traded Pepe still because it happened when I was... Prime looks fine to me. Like, honestly, just like draw a line there. Look, the amount of times that it's... Yeah, Prime looks okay. I have no problem with that. You got to remember though, this is a brand new token, isn't it? So it's only been around for a couple of months. So yeah, this kind of sideways and boring, everyone thinking it's dead, I like it when that happens. We'll see what happens with it. You only short collector of dead tokens. I love to fade. Yeah, fading altcoins as they are pumping is a fun thing to do. What's Pepe up to then? Pepe. This stupid thing's gonna go higher. want to see it drop into there somewhere. That would have been the short. Got to wait for a drop down wherever this is. Like, I don't even know how many satoshis that is, or cents, or whatever we're talking about. And you got to flip this. So you think some move down into here, reclaim, bounce, and honestly, probably it actually looks like it could have another. Maybe not like. I think to take out that high is going to be tricky. But it's still got like a lot of meme like pump potential left in it, I think, something like this. So yeah. The story of Prime is an exercise bike designed to rival Peloton. They claimed partnership with Apple, hence the name. Amazon came out and denied it, banning them from selling on that site. I don't really. What is Prime? It's nothing to do with an exercise bike, is it? That'd be confusing to me. Oh my god, what's happened to CoinMarketCap? It looks different. About. Okay, I'm gonna go CoinGecko. Verify you're human. Yes, I am human. Dark mode on. Prime. Echelon Prime. White paper. No idea what this mountain bike thing you're talking about is. You're talking nonsense. I want to fade some shit coins. Here's one. Here's another. Go bonk. Looks. I want to fade. I want to short some alts. FXS looks like a good one to go short on. If you have a little bounce up to here. Because the thing is, you've already like... There's a lot of stuff that's just like hitting like 4-hour ABs. Maybe it's... Yeah, like Litecoin. That looks like it could be shorted. Shorted the Litecoin. Interesting. Post. I've heard some stuff about this. Yeah, about Ben, and it's another token, isn't it? It's ridiculous. I hope it. I don't know. The Ben Foundation. I just. I don't even want to talk about that. Like, if you think Hex is bad with the fucking Richard Hart thingy-majiggy, then oh my god. I think we can get a new entry for a short around 27,500. Same invalidation like yours. Just pull back from this reaction. Can you check it? Of course, yes. Yeah, I'd go for that. So you'd want to see at this stage. I mean, we haven't actually had like a proper break in market structure. It's natural that we're going to get a bounce here. And we can look at, I haven't really checked the order flow either, because look at the VWAP. If we go into this, was this giving us anything useful? It wasn't. There was nothing useful going on here, but apart from liquidations and shorting into the lows, but we know that's going to happen. It's VWAP, it's going to bounce it anyway, so don't need to. But yeah, I would be looking at either here. So turn on these. There. Or there. As other opportunities to short. Okay. Now, because they're quite a way off from each other, you would probably want to do this as maybe if you wanted to go short, then and use the invalidation at the high, but be aware that I do think a move up to 27,700 is there as well. But yeah, those would be the two points in which I would look for getting back into a short position. Now, weirdly, you've also got this, but there's not really much space here. This whole move is all okay. The reason I'm looking at these two levels, who's this? Nicholas, why these levels? So this would indicate a change in the order flow. So you can see that we've got market structure here. You've got market structure, you've got order flow. There's the two things that you base most of your trades off of. When you've got selling, that's basically in command, in control. The short positions are the ones who are safe and in profit right now, and it's the longs, people that keep short, going long on the back tick. So here you have a bounce, people going long into that back tick. Again, people going long here, people going long here. These are the ones that are trapped. Now, what you don't want to do, you don't want to start to flip that order flow from being short positions, being the ones that are comfortable, into those long positions. So if we were to bounce into here, you would expect that initially to reject, because it's likely that, first of all, longs that have been trapped up here are going to be looking to seek an exit there around about break even. And also that's going to be defended somewhat by those short positions. So you would have you'd be coming up above here, you'd be getting an exit for any trap long positions. You'd take a little bit of local liquidity. You're coming into an area where shorts are opening into this. They are opening into it, not substantially, but they are opening into it. So you wouldn't really want to see that flipped, because then it becomes the short positions that are opening into this move that become the ones that are trapped, and then you have the opportunities to actually have a short squeeze afterwards. So that's where you take, like, market structure is generally looking at, like, okay, high, low, high, low, high, low. Your order flow is telling you what's going on internally, because you're always, and this is a trap that a lot of people fall into. Every time there's a pivot, you're going to get trap volume at the lows. Anytime that there's the market changes direction, you're going to get a trap value area, you're going to get trap points of control, you're going to get excess at the highs or at the lows. But it's what's going on in between that the order flow starts to be able to give you a good indication of, is this likely to continue in the direction in which we're going? So as you're going down here and you can see all these imbalances stacking up, you can say, okay, they're very much in control here. You're not going to want to trade back through any of this. So you're not looking for a pivot until you start to flip it, and then you get a bit of a pivot, and then you get some trap traders, and then so on. So at this stage, you're saying that continuation looks likely, and any bounce up into these areas would likely be rejected. And this is the stuff that's internal of market structure. So it's the kind of thing you can't really see, but I mean, you can see it. You can see it because if you're creating gaps on the chart, you know that there's going to be imbalances around there. So you know that these levels, even without looking, are here as a red, and up here as a red, okay? So it'll be 27,450, which should line up 27,450, yeah? And 27,570. 27,570. It's the daily level. So you don't necessarily need to see the order flows. The imbalances are going to be created when you create these fast moves down or fast moves up, like you have here. There'll be buying imbalances here. So if we go back onto the order flow chart, there will be stacked buying imbalances at 27,500. Yeah, there they are. So they're guaranteed, you know they're going to be there, so you don't necessarily need to be looking at it, but it's a nice visual way to start looking at things. Can you read the NAS 100? It's really profitable, but I find it's challenging to read the charts accurately. Yeah, the NASDAQ's a funny one. I've traded it on occasion. I'll do it on the actual one that you asked for, which would be the NAS 100, right? Dale Corduroy, thank you, no worries. It looks like it's just like bull mode, right? NASDAQ. Wow. It's tricky. Like, there's nothing that's just standing out to me here. Of course, with hindsight, you can always find trades every single time, but we don't trade on hindsight. Look, there's an SFP. Here's a move down into golden pocket that filled in impulsive move up. So bang, bang. Sorry, that's the wrong one. That'll be here, but came into the 618, filled in that impulse higher. From this one, you don't fill the whole thing, but you come down partially. Again, here you've got a nice range forming. Then you sweep the lows after a double bottom, sweep the lows, get a decent bounce, sweep the highs, sweep the lows again. So you could take a lot of these based off of liquidity. You'd say if this high was to get taken, you would look to see if that's going to give you a short SFP. That takes you to, that's coming into a pretty nice point in the chart as well there, isn't it? So that's where we are, daily OB, red. And then if we continue higher, I'm going to draw this as 2. I know they're split into 2 there. But it's a higher time frame. Actually, I'll go for the weekly. So yeah, breakthrough here. I mean, a move up towards like 14,870. VWAP with standard deviation bands from pivots are real nice. Yes. So is that what, using an anchored VWAP with your standard deviations turned on and then looking for price to hold if it's trending? I'm going to test this on this move here. So if we turn the standard deviations on, what am I doing? There we go. So yeah, you can see how, so these are the second deviations. This is what we use for finding extremes on the daily. So you can see as we're coming into those outer VWAP bands, you're getting that rejection. So if we were to come down into weekly open, all of this stuff. Yeah. Is there a site that you look at for upcoming shorts? Not really, no. I tend to just go to the Bybit USDT market. So if you want to get oh wow, Prime is, oh, this is a Mexi chart. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, go on to Sandwich Finance, and so sandwich.finance, and they have trading view lists on all of the tokens on certain exchanges. So I often just flick through here and just look at like what's up a lot during the day, and then I look to like short the stuff that's pumping a lot of the time. If something's taken out a local high, I'm like, cool, I'll just fade that. Cool, I'll fade that. Cool, I'll fade that. And it often works out quite well. So yeah. But you gotta wait for the right moment in which to pounce on these like Lido. Set alerts, and then the ones that are already pumping, once they trigger some alerts, then you run to the chart, you see if there's an opportunity. Like ONT, I think is actually it's an opportunity. So to try and fade this would be pretty good, right? Because you've just taken out that local high. Yeah. I've just looked at Carver. Have a quick look at Matic. Carver we quite liked the look of, but on the, what's this line? I drew a line here. There we go. So unsurprisingly, on Friday, bounce from there. But I think form a range from here. So you've taken that out, look to short, come back down here. Then you try and grab a long, because that's a pretty decent invalidation. And then take it back up, fill in some of that. Something along those lines on Matic. Because this is from the beginning of the year, so this has retraced the entire move up from the year so far. So I would expect a bounce, but maybe trying to make a higher low off of this, first of all, is what you would look for. I need to post some of these charts into the Discord. But these are just playing around with ideas, so don't take them too... I'm posting some of these ideas, but that is all they are at this stage. Where the chart's gone. Hear a lot of people talking about Sui. Could be worth checking. It's quite new, I think. Yes. Yeah, again, Sui is one of those that was released whilst I've been away, so I haven't had much opportunity to look at it. I'd say it's very similar to ARB. You want to give this a bit of time to cool off. So for me, I'd say short again from here because you've just taken out this high and you're looking for a range. Oh, did Link get a bounce off of the lows? Of course. Did anyone go long on Link the other day? Because we were looking at continuing this channel and this range, this like endless range that it's been in for forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Forever and ever. So that could have been a pretty good little trade off of this one. But yeah, I'd look to something like as Arbini. Arb. God damn it. Could have been so many nice shorts and a good chance to short this. Can't believe like how bearish last week was. Crazy. I go on holiday and everything dumps. Drop anchor VWAP from 31k with standard deviation bands 1 and 2. Yeah. I know what you'll have. Yeah. Yeah, it's nice. You can also use, this is another thing. For those of you who were in Randall's, so VWAP, really nice. Also, developing value areas. So this is Randall's thing, is the developing value areas. So pull your fixed range. And then you just use your developing value areas. And often you'll find that they are really nice. So you go outside, once you're back inside, you get to move back into towards the POC, the developing POC, wherever this will be on here. Actually shifted down. Well, they work quite nice, and it was working well on the day, wasn't it, last week? So I think when we had, I'm not gonna look at Mong, no. So on Thursday, I'm just gonna show you this once more, because it was real clean on Thursday itself. I'll take it down into here. But yeah, you can see just not being able to get back inside value area at any point in the day. That's quite nice. Where are we at? Bitcoin. Still at the daily point of control. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm not going to look at any more of the meme coins, I don't think. Off, yeah, I know we bounced at yeah. We've done the high time frame analysis and the high time frame thingy majiggies. So yeah, this is the deviation outside of this range, yeah. But again, it depends how you're looking at this really. Are you saying this bounce from earlier? As in, like, we've bounced off of it locally? Is that what you mean? Like here? Yeah, that's fair. But so you deviation comes back inside, starting to hold back inside value area. So maybe a move back up towards the POC is what we're looking at, back up to 28. I'm still short. I'd still like to see a bit more of a move down, first of all. I think the confluence we've got up here is a little bit stronger than just a value area off of this, but yeah. Daily chart from 23rd of March. I'm not quite sure why you're choosing 23rd of March. But that's okay. Is that what you're asking for? I'm not entirely sure. But it's this range, regardless, right? With volume profile from 23rd March low, we bounce on value area later now. I don't know. Do you have an opinion on Prime XBT? Yeah, I used Prime XBT for a while because it was quite nice to trade like legacy markets and stuff on, but then I started using BingX more. It's a bit of a better, a nicer exchange for trading, like, because you can trade indices, stocks, and so on in there. So yeah, BingX, Prime XBT, fairly similar kind of thing. Like Bybit's the exchange I like. I like anything that can connect to my API. So if those of you who are struggling with being unable to trade on Bybit right now because of KYC or whatever, first of all, do your KYC because Bybit's still the best exchange. Second of all, if you have trouble with that because you're in the US or something along those lines, I can still trade on here over here because I don't know. I've not had any issues with Bybit. Even my non-KYC'd accounts I can still trade on. So I don't know what's going on for a lot of people. Maybe I'm just special. What am I saying? Yeah, I'd always recommend like something that you can use API with, like use a trading terminal. So for myself, I use Insilico and Till Street. So Till Street a bit more so. I really like Till Street at the moment. That's the one that I'm enjoying right now. I'm not logged in on here at the moment, but with Till Street you can trade on Binance, BitGet, BitMEX, Bybit, OKX, or Femex. Please don't use BitGet, but OKX, Femex are good. I might start using OKX. I think they are a pretty good exchange, so maybe that's the one that I would look towards. But I don't think you can trade that in the US either, which is annoying. So it's like the best exchanges you can't trade here in America. But hey ho, hopefully soon. Yeah. Christopher Hall, I love developing value areas. Never understand why people go static. Developing lets you see how much adherence it's been getting through its life. Yeah, I agree. The reason I use the static ones is just because it looks cleaner on my chart, and I don't like having so many lines all over the place. But for sure, like the developing value area, really, really good. Okay, you can see the respect that they do get when it's there, but I just think they look a bit messy. So that's why I use the static ones, but I'm checking them regularly enough to be aware of when they work. I think Randall's got it down like massively. So again, for those of you in the crew, please do, if it's not too late for you guys, join Randall on the calls. Randall's going to be doing a bit more during the European hours, I think, fairly soon. So yeah, he's got it down, trading off of the value areas, like perfection. Always explicit. I just don't like BitGet because they're a B-book exchange, which means they make money from liquidating people themselves, basically. And anyone who like shills a ref link is basically getting income from their users' liquidations more so than their users' fees, which are how other exchanges work. So they're the one exchange that really like actively liquidate their users, which is a bit shit. I don't really like that. If they start changing, this is why you won't find BitGet order flow anywhere. They will not report that because they're a bit of a dodgy exchange. From my opinion of using them, they may be cleaning their act up a little bit now. If they do clean their act up a bit, then maybe I'll consider using them again. But they're super dodgy. Are there any other advantages of using a terminal other than quickly trading on different exchanges? Yeah, I mean, the nice thing about using a terminal like this is once you understand the UI, then you can just use that regardless. So if you do have to switch exchange for whatever reason, as long as you still are able to use... The problem with Insilico is it's not got many exchanges, but on Teal Street there's a lot more. I prefer the UI on Teal Street. Insilico's I don't really like the new version. I preferred the old version, and the new version for some reason is even more clunky. But Teal Street's nice, it's clean. Once you're used to the UI, it's very easy. You can do hotkeys, so if you just want to be trading using hotkeys, it's good. They are doing a mobile app, so if you want to be trading on your phone, you'll be able to use the mobile app and stuff. I'm going to do some more content on the various terminals that you can use, and it's just a nice way to stop you having to log into all, like, have different tabs open, trading on different websites, that kind of thing. Atas is something I've not used. I'm somehow still fairly loyal to EXO, even though they're buggy. I do love EXO still. And EXO is what I'm used to, so I don't really want to be adding Atas into that when I don't feel it's going to give me too much more. I like EXO with either Teal Street or Insilico. I use both of them. So I use Insilico for my main trading account still because I'd used it for a while, and then I've got Teal Street for like alternative accounts and day trading accounts and things. So that's how I do it. Luke is a time traveler. I mean, technically, I'm currently the opposite of that because it's much earlier in my day. So you guys are all time traveling if you're logging in here from the UK and in Europe and stuff. I'm behind. Have I found Crypto Rover in Miami yet? No, I have not. Is he here? Do I need to go hunt him down? I can't believe I'm going to the Bitcoin conference. This is ridiculous. We should. I want everyone here. Please, like, actually, here's a good challenge. Where's the thing gone? Right. Everyone tweet and tag me in the tweets of things you would like to see me do, or things you want. Like, we should do like a drinking game, but for the Bitcoin conference, and I'll see how many things we can do. So I could do like a bunch of like little short videos. So you can say, Luke, during the Bitcoin conference, push Crypto Rover into the seaweed on South Beach, because there's loads of seaweed on South Beach. Apparently, this is very, very off topic, but there is a blob of seaweed approaching the South Florida shores. That's 5,000 miles long. It's wider than the United States. And at the moment, it's all like breaking apart. And you can see these blobs of seaweed in Miami Harbor because we're polluting the waters so much and it's so warm. And yeah. So all these, like, there's these big blobs of seaweed in there. Which nice. I don't know what am I talking about? Yeah, tweet me some stuff to do at the stupid Bitcoin conference when I'm there with all of the influencer dumb people. I'm just going there because I want to see what it's like. It seems like fun. Supposedly BitGet order flow coming to Exo. Where did you hear that though? Because I would be surprised if BitGet open up their API. They've never done that for anyone, as far as I'm aware. Or at least for order flow, because you've got it on. Oh no, you've got it on Teal Street now. So maybe they have. Yeah, maybe they have opened up their API. Oh, I hope it doesn't come to Exo. Do the Rainbow Milk Challenge at the Bitcoin conference. What is that? MTPK, that's because they say every possible scenario and then they just claim that they got it right when it happens. Whereas we say like a scenario and it happens. Like, I called this move. I didn't call this move plus this and this and this and everything else and all of this other stuff in between. I said daily level, swing failure pattern off of the daily highs back into VWAP, likely going to go lower from here, and I stick to it. I'm not going to say, but it might do this, 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 and then when something happens, I'm like, yeah, it happened. Greg, I might have to use the new. I'm gonna try Atas again. I think I might have to try Atas again. I want to switch things up. I feel maybe we've given EXO enough time to sort out their issues, and they never have. I might give Atas another shot. Thank you for your answer. Have you also tested Ultrady 3 commas or any other sites that manage trades or make you be able to have presets of positions, take profit, stop loss, etc.? I used 3 commas, but that was again a couple of years ago. I've used Quantower, and that was too much for me. Too much like stuff going on there. It's cool. Like I like Quantower, but it was like just information overload. I like things clean. I'm ADHD. I can't concentrate very well. I'm like, too much stuff going on just frazzles my brain, so I'm just like, keep things clean, and that's always what I've liked. Yeah, just simple trading view, the simple stuff, and it works. The simple stuff's what works. You can overcomplicate things by having too much on a chart, I think. So, yeah. I keep it simple. That's what I like on like even on AgriTrade. I just like it's just CVD. I just like to keep the spot CVD versus perp CVD price in the middle. It tells me a lot of information, but without overloading my brain. Anyway, talk about overloading my brain. I think I'm going to wrap it up. We've spoken about most of what we want to speak about, and it went off topic slightly. So yeah, I know Quantile looks cool as fuck. I'll give some other things a try. Maybe I'll freshen stuff up to give some other stuff a try again soon. We went through a phase where we like tried a load of stuff. I settled with EXO and I settled with Insilico. I got fed up with Insilico, so then I've settled with Till Street. But now I think maybe I need to look into Atas and Quantower and the other stuff again, because the amount of development that's probably happened on those things comparatively to what I use now is probably insane. Like, we've waited 2 years for a stable version of what we use, and in the meantime, like, everything else has maybe overtaken it. So yeah. Cool. All right, thank you everybody. Have a great rest of the day. I'm gonna go back to the pool and chill. So I will see you later. Holding my short for now. I will update, of course, if you're in the crew, if anything changes. But for now, yeah, just happy to hold this short position. I've already taken profit, and we'll see where we go from there. Great. Cheers, everyone. Have a good day. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, maybe, I think. Well, I'll be here anyway. Bye. Bye.